Hey everyone, welcome to Unsealed and Reveal, the Home Edition. Today I'm going to take a look at Quantum Mechanix the Nun from the Conjuring Universe. Let's turn on a few more lights and get a closer look. The exterior of our box art has a painting of the nun. It's incredibly creepy, and on each side of her you have 3 candles. These are raised a little bit as well as the lettering, and in just the right light it'll actually glow a little bit. Her eyes will also brighten. I like the use of a painting versus a photograph of it. On the side, your Quantum Mechanix logo and the nun. On the back is a description of the Conjuring Universe, as well as a photograph showing you the contents of the inner sleeve. So what we're going to do is slide off the outer sleeve and take a look at what our figure has. Now when we do it, you'll notice we have the nun on the side here, and over here the figure. But as we spin it around, there's a great picture of our second portrait. So let's take this out of the tray and have a better look. Here we are with our inner tray. We have her crucifix, the little string to go around the neck, our first portrait, the additional hands, and then, ooh, there it is, that scary second portrait. Underneath the robe is going to be the stand. When you remove the figure, underneath is the painting, as well as the marked stand. So let's take those out and get a better look. Now here are our different hands. She has 2 open hands that come on the figure. We have 2 very flat open palm hands. In all of these, there's great detail in the designs of the veins kind of going through, and these are in that very white type flesh. Gripping hands, I'll call these, or menacing. She also has 2 specialty hands, and these work with the painting, so she can hold that and you can recreate that scene. But I also call them the Fonzie hands because, well, I just dig the thumbs up. Her little crucifix, and now I'm going to show you the painting because that's really neat. Now here is the painting that it comes with, which obviously plays a big role in the movie. Now this is not just on paper, this is actually printed on canvas. It's quite thick, and then when we turn it around, see this is done like an actual painting, and there's some nice wood grain on there. And as I said, it's got 2 additional hands that you use to hold the painting. Put one on there, one there. Holds it very nicely and gives that very, very creepy look. And here is our swap out second portrait. Incredibly creepy. The eyes seem to glow, and there's no light feature. That's just the regular light hitting these is really going to make them pop, as well as you kind of see that gloss and the wet that's in the mouth and around the teeth. Great vein work around the eyes. This swaps out with an underpeg on the head. I'm going to show you that in a second. Now I've kind of just put it up on the stand so I can show you that, but then on the back you're going to have the wire underneath, and both of the heads have this laced lattice with the 2 strings hanging down. So we're going to swap those out, show a little bit of the posability coming up. Okay, now I've placed her on the stand here and used the painting holding hands that we talked about. What's neat is you're really able to get a nice tight bend in there so you can keep it all the way up against that canvas, so you can do your secret reveal. The habit goes back tight over and does, as I said, have the little wire, and that's going to allow you to pose it and get some movement in it if you're doing kind of a running or creepy style stance, particularly this this scene in the film. All right, and then good and scary. You can see on there again the nice dark gray, the brightness of the eyes. That wire runs all the way down the front. Okay, so depending on how you want to fuss with it, okay, to give it the look that you want for the character. As I said, you're going to have the double bent arms. It's nice and the bright colors with the very deep black and a very bright white. Okay, there's it's a leather-like quality to it. Really neat, tight stitching down on the side, done into that wrap and the little brass buckle over it. Traditional outer robe. Then the underrobe, and we take a look, and there are little black socks. Little black knee socks. Ankle is going to be the ball jointed as well. And then one of the things I think is really neat, like I said, when you show it there and you see that lacing and then the two strands going down and it opens up a little bit that you can see that white skin underneath. Definitely gives that a very, very creepy look. So what we're going to do now is swap out the heads, and we'll talk a little bit about that, all right? Okay, now we're going to do our head swap. It's going to disconnect right here at the base. Hold tight there, and then gently lift up. Okay, I'm going to move that one off to the side. What you have, it's not really the standard round peg, but more of a cylindrical one. Here's our other head, and you'll see in there that you've got the same kind. Now once we have the head off like this, this is when you're going to add the crucifix. Okay, don't put this on when you've got the other. It's just the possibility of stretching out the fabric. I'm going to drop that down, push on, heads down there, lay that right across like so, and then you'll use that wire, and there is your swap out. Incredibly creepy, scary portrait. You can pull that back a little further and really get that kind of screamy, scary look. You've got a nice range of motion as far as the neck. Because of the fabric, make sure to kind of move it slowly. You don't want to bunch that up. I already showed the arm, but we're going to show it again, that you do get a full bend there. Forward motion can go all the way out. Now there is definitely the Fonzie look. Complete out to the side, and then up and over the head as well. The nice part is the robe is nice and long. If you're even going to do ones like that, that you give it a little lift, and you're going to cover those seams, and that's always something we like to see. Now let's take a look at the waist as well as leg joints. Waist area here. I'll lift the arm so we can show it. We've got a good side bend, a decent torso twist. Okay. There's a little bit of padding on the undersuit to give it a little bit more of the shape. Legs can raise to a 90 degree and double jointed on the knee. And it's hard to see here. We'll move those out of the side. And there we are, her intense shoes. They're nice flat one. And that's that ball jointed, giving us plenty of motion. Now it does come with the stand, but I'm doing it right here on its own without the stand and not really having a problem. But the nice part is, because of the long robe, putting it on the stand, you don't really even see that it's being supported, and so it's just a nice little extra thing to have there. I think where a lot of the motion of the figure and a lot of the posing of the figure is going to come from those wires that wrap around the veil to really give it a lot of action, a lot of movement, and definitely the creep factor. So there we have it, the nun from Quantum Mechanix from The Conjuring. Both of our portraits are painted portrait, crucifix, 6 additional hands, and her base. It's an incredible sculpt for something this scary. If you want to add to your horror collection or just happen to be a fan of the Conjuring movies, this is a great one to add. So thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget to let your geek side show.
Be sure to subscribe by clicking the S icon on your screen and click that bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is posted. If you'd like more information on the items featured in this video, click the link provided under product info. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.